it's really hot. Really hot. And I just walked to the hardware store and back. Yeah. I finally decided to set up the hose hider thing. And I started reading the instructions and tried to figure out how things got put together. And then it just got to a point where I didn't understand the next step. And there was Wes across the street. So I just asked him over for a minute. And he helped me to a certain point. Definitely put things together differently. Well, I had the first part put together, no problem. And that was right. But then there was a part that took more finger strength than I had, and he put that together, and then we got to a point where the hose was kinking, and that wouldn't work, so we've got it laid out on the driveway for hours now. It's a brand new hose, so it's kinkable. So hopefully the sun, the intense sunlight that we have today and heat will make it relax. And he'll come back over later on and attach it again. So that's sort of done. We looked at my wand, my watering wand, but that was, corroded onto the hose that was dead. So I went to the hardware store to get a new wand or some sort of an attachment to make the hose work better. And got some washers as well, because I used the last washer that I had. So that was good. So I came back. As I was leaving, the other guy that was in the hardware store came by and he says, "Oh, if you can get someone to take that wand, take this part off the wand, that attaches directly onto the hose." I went, "Keep that receipt." I said to myself, you might be returning the wand that you just bought. Because the wand I have is excellent. It is the best watering wand you would ever have. The one I bought was $21. But it's, newer, more plasticky, cheaper. So we'll see. We'll see what Wes says, because he's the one who would have to separate them. Yeah. So that walking took a lot out of me. I'm not supposed to hang out in intense heat. That's why I have air conditioning in my home. I could not survive summers without air conditioning. And even though it's sometimes, even though I have it set at 25, it's not really, really cold. I'm sometimes freezing in there. And I do come out here, especially on breezy days, because, it gets you out of the heat. But walking in the full sunlight, but I'm okay now again. I thinned out my flowers so they look more reasonable. I don't know what I'll do with the other ones. Put them in a pot and set them out here? I don't know. They look ridiculous, but whatever. So I've got washers and a wand. Came back, had my lunch. Oh no, I had my lunch before I left. Yes. Came back and had my snack and my coffee. You're leaning up against my coffee. Then I sent a text to my group of children. Son, Mimi, daughter, basically saying, do you know anybody who wants a cat? Because Tanner is getting progressively worse, terrorizing Aggie, and it's just not fair. Aggie was here first. And he sometimes frightens the other. I've seen him go after Julia. I've seen him try to go after Floyd, but I was always there. He seems to be okay with Ellie. But it's, 4 girls and a guy, and the guy's being very aggressive, and especially to Aggie, and I don't like that. My daughter said he probably just needs more play. I'm going, I don't play with cats. I'm sorry. I have never, my cats have always entertained themselves. I've had cats for over 30 years. And I'm not a cat entertainer. If they can't entertain themselves, I feel bad, and I don't know how to help him. He would be perfect with Nana. If the two of them were together, I imagine that would be ideal. But Nana has Gilbert. Apparently Gilbert is not as into Nana as Tanner is. Though they don't interact much. I don't know. The only one who has responded to my text has been my daughter, so I don't know what my son will have to say. I was not suggesting that Tanner go to any of them, because Arla's got a cat, Zara's got a cat, and Mark says one cat is enough in the house, no more cats. So that I never even considered that. It was just, do you know of anyone else who might want a cat? A lovely cat like Tanner that I love, who loves me. But it's not fair. Not fair. So I thought Joanna, my former co-worker, whose cat died a few years ago, and who's had a hamster for 3 years. But the hamster recently died. Dina would love to have Tanner, but I don't trust her to not let him out. And right now she's not in a good house situation. She doesn't have a fixed home. She lives in a home, and then she lives in a trailer when there are people in the house. And so she doesn't have a house. So that wouldn't be any good. So Joanna, Dina, nobody else. Stephanie has Chevy. She could not have Tanner. Well, she has a house now. I don't know. I just can't think of anyone else. Gail's moderately allergic to cats. Gail has 2 dogs. And we talked about it, and it's just, I don't know. I mean, yes, I could, try doing what I did this morning, when things started heating up, I simply took Tanner, put him in the bathroom, and he doesn't care. I put him there and he stays there, right? I let Aggie into the food in the litter boxes, and then she left, and then I let Tanner out. Everything was good. If every time Tanner does something like this, like attacks her, I put him in the bathroom, maybe he'll get the idea. I don't know. My friend Michelle texted me last night that she was going to be around 27, 28, no, 29, 29, 30th of July. Maybe she'll want him. We'll see. I don't think she has a cat right now. She used to have cats. She used to have a cat. I'll try and teach him. But it's so frightening when he goes after her. It's just not nice. It's really not nice.